thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, heated mine enemies, and what's his reason? I am a Jew!
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're diving deep into the most brilliant big-screen adaptations of Shakespeare's unparalleled works, as a celebration of the dramatization of his life in Hamlet.
Because I need you to look after your mother and your sisters. Will you do that?
Yes.
Number 20, The Tempest. Directed by Julie Taymor, this adaptation is a whimsical yet deeply emotional take on one of Shakespeare's final solo plays. The Tempest takes a bold step by reimagining Prospero as the sorceress Prospera, brilliantly portrayed by the incomparable Helen Mirren.
One word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and have put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the sovereignty.
Mirren steps into the revamped role effortlessly, imbuing the character with both immense power and a poignant sense of vulnerability. This adaptation may not be the most traditional, but its dreamlike quality captures the mystical spirit of the original play.
And on this island, where man doth not inhabit, you amongst men being most unfit to live, I have made you mad.
Incredible visual effects and an imaginative costume design, which actually received an Oscar nomination, allow this adaptation to vividly bring the play's fantastical elements to life while still keeping things as modern as possible.
Flesh and blood. You, brother mine, that entertained ambition, expelled remorseful nature, who with Sebastian would here have killed your king.
Number 19, Twelfth Night.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother.
Having served as the artistic director for the Royal Shakespeare Company for nearly 2 decades, Trevor Nunn is perhaps the safest pair of hands you could trust with a Shakespeare adaptation. In 1996, he crafted one for Twelfth Night, or What You Will, that perfectly captures the play's joyous spirit and underlying melancholia.
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
No, 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 you dare not.
That tune, sir. You lie.
It features a stellar ensemble cast, including Helena Bonham Carter as Olivia, Imogen Stubbs as Viola, and Ben Kingsley as Feste, all of whom do a fantastic job of balancing the material's chaotic comedy with its romantic and emotional moments.
Maugre all thy pride, nor wit, nor reason can my passion hide. Thy innocence I swear, and by my youth I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has.
Shot on location in picturesque Cornwall, this adaptation truly serves up a delightful feast of Shakespearean revelry, both for longtime fans of the play and newcomers. Number 18, 10 Things I Hate About You. Who knew Shakespeare could be so cool?
How you doing?
Sweating like a pig, actually, and yourself?
Now there's a way to get a guy's attention, huh?
My mission in life. But obviously I struck your fancy, so you see it worked. The world makes sense again.
10 Things I Hate About You is a clever modernization of the Taming of the Shrew, set in a 1990s American high school. The now iconic teen rom-com cleverly updates the classic battle of wills between the fierce Cat Stratford, played by Julia Stiles, and the mysterious bad boy Patrick Verona, played by the late, great Heath Ledger.
You're not as vile as I thought you were.
Maybe we should do this another time.
Screenwriters Karen McCullough Lutz and Kirsten Smith brilliantly translated the original's character dynamics and rebellious spirit into a contemporary setting, with witty dialogue that mirrors the bard's clever wordplay. It not only became a cult classic in its own right, but also introduced a whole new generation to Shakespeare's timeless narratives.
I hate it when you're not around, and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
Number 17, The Taming of the Shrew.
They call me Catherine, that do talk of me.
You lie, Faith, for you were called Plain Kate and Bonnie Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed.
Before the modern update, there was this energetic, star-powered romp that truly embraced the boisterous nature of the original play. Starring the legendary real-life couple Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, Their fiery, tumultuous chemistry served as a deft parallel with that of their characters Catherine and Petruchio.
She is not proud, but modest as the dove. She is not hot, but temperate as the morn. And to conclude, we have agreed so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
See, hanged on Sunday first!
Directed by Italian stage and film auteur Franco Zeffirelli, this vibrant production makes the most of its stunning locations and costumes, and creates an atmosphere that feels both theatrical and cinematic. Taylor and Burton's on-screen sparring and genuine, palpable passion make for an incredibly entertaining watch, portraying a battle of the sexes with gusto.
Draw forth thy weapon, we have a set with thieves. Rescue thy mistress if thou beest a man. Oh! Fear not, sweet wench, they shall not touch thee, Kate. I'll buckler thee against a minion.
Oh! Oh! Father! Father!
Petruchio,
Father! Oh, go hang yourself!
It's a lavish and lively spectacle that perfectly highlights the comedic genius of Shakespeare. Number 16. Othello. Kenneth Branagh is known for his many brilliant adaptations of Shakespeare's works, some of which appear on this very list. For 1995's Othello, however, Branagh left the director's chair to focus on delivering a chilling performance as the despicable and manipulative Iago.
By heaven, I'll know thy thought.
You cannot if my harp were in your hand, nor shall not while 'tis in my custody. Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy.
Opposite him in the titular role is Lawrence Fishburne, who, with this production, became the first African-American actor to play Othello in a major studio film. Fishburne is equally compelling as the heartbroken Othello, conveying the character's nobility and tragic downfall with immense gravitas.
Alas, what ignorant sin have I committed?
Was this fair paper, this goodly book made to write horror upon? What committed impudent strumpet?
By heaven, you do me wrong.
Are you not a strumpet?
No, as I am a Christian.
The opulent settings of the film, shot on location in Venice and the Cyprus Citadel, and its grand scope only heighten the emotional stakes. Dark, intense, and emotionally powerful, it's a standout Shakespearean tragedy on screen.
I took by the throat the circumcised dog and smote him thus.
Number 15. William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take.
Baz Luhrmann's explosive reinterpretation of Romeo and Juliet takes the classic love story and thrusts it into a modern-day gang-filled Verona beach. In this version, Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes sizzle as the star-crossed teenagers, who, as members of two feuding business empires, the Capulets and Montagues, find themselves in a conundrum when they unexpectedly fall in love.
Romeo! What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then.
Even though Romeo and Juliet catapults the story into the present day, it sets itself apart by retaining Shakespeare's original dialogue. The film's distinctive aesthetic, with its vibrant colors, rapid-fire editing, and contemporary soundtrack, redefined what a Shakespeare film could look like, and made the ancient text feel fresh and incredibly cool for a younger audience.
My love.
My wife.
Death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty.
Number 14. King Lear. Often cited as one of the most intellectually rigorous adaptations of the play, this stark and desolate film captures the bleak essence of Shakespeare's monumental tragedy.
Who am I, sir?
My lady's father.
My lady's father. You horse and dog. You slave. You...
Directed by the renowned theater and film director Peter Brook, the Minimalist adaptation strips away much of the traditional pomp, focusing instead on the raw existential despair of the story. Paul Scofield delivers an utterly formidable and haunting performance as the aging king, conveying a profound sense of madness and the fragility of power.
Oh, reason not to need! Our basest beggars are in the poorest things superfluous. Allow not nature more than nature needs.
Filmed in a stark, frozen landscape, the desolate visuals perfectly mirror the king's internal and external desolation, and the close-up cinematography focuses attention squarely on his torment. It's a hard-hitting classic that lingers long after viewing.
Use me well. You shall have ransom. Let me have surgeons. And cut to the brains.
Number 13, The Merchant of Venice.
If you repay me not on such a day, in such a place, such a sum or sums as are expressed in the condition, let the forfeit be nominated for an equal pound of your fair flesh.
This powerfully nuanced adaptation fearlessly confronts the controversial themes addressed in Shakespeare's classic play of the same name. Writer-director Michael Radford follows the text rather faithfully, but positions Shylock as its central character, as Radford believed that he was Shakespeare's first great tragic hero.
If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge?
Al Pacino delivers a masterful and complex performance as Shylock, bringing a heartbreaking sense of grievance to a character often reduced to a caricature. Co-starring Jeremy Irons as Antonio and Joseph Fiennes as Bassanio, the film does not shy away from the darker aspects of the play's treatment of its Jewish characters. However, its handling of anti-Semitism still received mixed reactions.
I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No. Not for Venice.
Nevertheless, The Merchant of Venice definitely adds a serious cinematic voice to a tricky Shakespeare text. Number 12, Othello.
I've ta'en away this old man's daughter. It is most true. True, I have married her. The very head and front of my offending hath this extent, no more.
Orson Welles brought Othello to life in a moody, shadowy black and white adaptation that's as atmospheric as it is theatrical. Welles not only directed but also starred as the titular character, bringing his unparalleled cinematic genius to every frame. Despite the film's notoriously complex and protracted production history across multiple countries.
If thou dost love me, show me thy thoughts.
My lord, you know I love you.
I think thou dost.
His unique use of deep shadow, dramatic low-angle shots, and an almost dreamlike expressionistic quality creates a world steeped in paranoia and impending doom, perfectly reflecting Othello's psychological torment.
Had it pleased heaven to try me with affliction, had they rained all kinds of sores and shames on my bare head, steeped me in poverty to the very lips, given in captivity me and my utmost hopes.
Despite its unconventional journey to the screen, it won the highest prize at the 1952 Cannes Film Festival, and stands as a powerful work of art that continues to mesmerize and influence filmmakers to this day.
Yet I'll not shed her blood, nor scar that whiter skin of hers than snow, and smooth as monumental alabaster. Yet she must die.
Number 11, Throne of Blood. Legendary Japanese filmmaker Akira Kurosawa's cinematic masterpiece, Throne of Blood, is not a direct adaptation, but rather a powerful reimagining of Macbeth. It transports the classic story from medieval Scotland to feudal Japan, following the journey of Takatoki Washizu, a fearless warrior who kills his lord at the behest of his ambitious wife. Released in 1957, Kurosawa's adaptation is striking both visually and narratively, as it blends in Japanese culture while preserving the universal themes of the play. Toshiro Mifune's tormented performance as Washizu is nothing short of electrifying, perfectly embodying a man consumed by guilt. Kurosawa's use of no theater elements, stark black and white cinematography, and incredible action sequences elevate this beyond a simple retelling into a cultural touchstone in its own right. Number 10. A Midsummer Night's Dream.
History. The course of true love never did run smooth.
This classic comedy that everyone had to read in high school tells the overly complex story of a love quadrangle, full of magical moments and otherworldly creatures, such as the beloved Puck.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
While the plot has a tendency to get wrapped up in its own ambitions, this adaptation tells the story clearly and efficiently.
She lingers my desires, like to a stepdame or a dowager long withering out a young man's revenue.
It's also full of memorable performances from the likes of Kevin Kline, Christian Bale, and Stanley Tucci.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to... your eye, gentle lover.
The film captures the bard's eloquent speeches perfectly, and excitingly brings the play's magical wonders to film.
Merry and tragical, tedious and brief, that is hot ice and wondrous strange snow.
Number 9. Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo?
While Leonardo DiCaprio's version of Romeo and Juliet may be more popular with the younger crowds,
But soft. What light the yonder window breaks.
there's no denying the impact this 1968 version had on how Hollywood viewed Shakespeare.
My lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand, to smooth the rough touch with a gentle kiss.
Starring a suitably young Leonard Whiting and Olivia Hussey as the love-struck couple, the performances stand out as particularly true to life.
What's in a name? That which you call a rose. By any other name would smell as sweet.
This allowed for a better connection to teenage audiences, which is especially helpful since the story is still assigned to pretty much every student who studies English.
Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight. For I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
It was the most financially successful Shakespeare adaptation of all time at the time of its release, and remains a thrilling, albeit devastating film to enjoy today.
Love, give me strength.
Number 8. Much Ado About Nothing.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
While Kenneth Branagh is certainly the cinematic Shakespeare master of our time, he rarely adapts the comic plays.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue.
When he does, though, they land with satisfying grace.
And he had been a dog that should have howled thus, they'd have hanged him.
Such is the case with this film, which benefits from performances by A-listers like Denzel Washington, Emma Thompson, and Keanu Reeves.
In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Although the film has its serious moments, the actors are allowed to run wild when the material calls for it, and their infectious joy transfers to the audience.
Such a man would win any woman in the world. If he could get her goodwill.
Oh, by my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
It's delightful fun, and a refreshing detour from Shakespeare's darker works.
When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married.
Number 7. Macbeth.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
Made only 2 years after director Roman Polanski's wife Sharon Tate was murdered by the infamous Manson family, Polanski's mind was clearly more than troubled when he made this disturbing masterpiece.
Is this a dagger which I see before me?
While Macbeth is arguably Shakespeare's darkest work, it rarely gets as brooding as this adaptation, which is full of graphic violence and disturbing imagery. Orson Welles' 1948 version and the 2015 portrayal by Michael Fassbender both produced fantastic results, but the sheer, intense power of Polanski's contribution to the famous cursed play is undeniable.
Liar and slave!
Number 6. Coriolanus.
Oh, a kiss. Long as my exile. Sweet as my revenge.
We know what you're thinking. Huh? While Coriolanus is among Shakespeare's lesser-known plays and was written near the end of his career, it is nonetheless thought-provoking and gripping. The story follows a flawed and temperamental Roman general who is banished from his city and vows revenge against those who exiled him. And what happens next is exactly what you'd expect from a Shakespearean tragedy.
Caius Marcius Coriolanus, bear the audition nobly ever.
The movie is shot like a modern war film, filled with exciting visuals and bombast, while never losing sight of the beautiful language and heavy themes, with first-time director and star Ralph Fiennes settling into his roles valiantly.
Who deserves greatness deserves your hate.
Number 5. Julius Caesar.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears!
Shakespeare and Marlon Brando go together like spaghetti and meatballs, as anyone who has seen this classic film can attest.
Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure he is an honorable man.
Brando gives one of his many timeless performances as Mark Antony, a general of Caesar's before joining the historical dictatorship, the Second Triumvirate. The acting, from Brando, James Mason, John Gielgud, and the rest of the cast, is some of the best in the Shakespearean canon.
Beware the Ides of March!
What man is that?
The actors deliver the classic speeches with emotion and gusto. And the film was a huge success in 1953, winning the Oscar for Best Art Direction and being nominated for 4 others.
Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant never taste of death but once.
Number 4. Richard III.
I can smile and murder while I smile.
Modern adaptations can be tricky, but with an amazing cast, including Ian McKellen as the titular Richard III, this movie is one of the greatest translations of Shakespeare ever put to film.
Mother, I do humbly crave your blessing.
God comfort you, and put meekness in your breast. Love, charity, obedience, and true duty.
The movie sets this classic play about the Machiavellian leader Richard III in an imaginary 1930s Britain, which is under fascist rule. This gives the play a wholly fresh take that viewers more than welcomed, and is undoubtedly one of the most cinematic of his adaptations.
Shall I be tempted by the devil thus?
Yes, if the devil tempt you to do good.
Pulling viewers in and never letting go, it's equal parts breathless and cathartic, just as Shakespeare would have liked.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this son of York.
Number 3. Titus.
Or handle not the theme to talk of hands, lest we remember still that we have none.
Another lesser-known work of the famous playwright, Titus Andronicus is generally classified by historians as Shakespeare's first tragedy.
Why, foolish Lucius, dost thou not perceive that Rome is but a wilderness of tigers?
It is without question his most brutal story, as it's full of dark subject matter like sexual assault and cannibalism.
Welcome, dread fury, to my woeful house. Rapine and murder, you're welcome too.
That's right, the man who gave us the most beautiful lines in literature also gave us people looking to their own kind for food.
Why, there they are! Both! Baked in that pie whereon their mother daintily hath fed, eating the flesh that she herself hath bred.
This twisted, revenge-themed film stars Anthony Hopkins and Jessica Lange in the leading roles, and they are more than up to the daunting task of adapting this curious play.
No son of mine, nor thou nor these, confederates in the deed that hath dishonored all our family.
It is over the top in all the right, exhilarating ways, and is one of the most interesting visual experiences of Shakespeare's works.
Kneel, sweet boy, and swear with me that we will prosecute by good advice mortal revenge upon these traitorous Goths, and see their blood, or die with this reproach.
Number 2. Henry V.
For the Dauphin, I stand here for him. What to him from England?
We're going way back for this one, before Kenneth Branagh was even born, and well before his own brilliant spin on the play, to the original Shakespeare film master, Laurence Olivier.
My ransom is this frail and worthless body, my army but a weak and sickly guard. Yet, God before, tell him we will come on, though France herself and such another neighbor stood in our way.
One of the most revered actors and directors of Shakespeare's works, Olivier took on both roles for this movie. And his talents are on full display as he dominates the screen as King Henry V of England.
Once more, unto the breach! Dear friends, once more, or close them all up with our English dead!
The film was shot and released near the end of World War II and was meant to boost morale.
Self-love, my liege, is not so vile a sin as self-neglecting.
With mesmerizing scenes like the Battle of Agincourt, it more than succeeded, winning Olivier an honorary Academy Award.
Canst thou love me?
I cannot tell.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Hamlet.
Well, there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so.
There is no question about Branagh's skills as a writer and director, and his masterpiece, Hamlet, encompasses everything that makes Shakespeare great.
Do you see yonder cloud that's almost in the shape of a camel?
By the mass, and 'tis like a camel indeed.
Methinks 'tis like a weasel.
It is backed like a weasel.
Or like a whale.
Very like a whale.
Adapting what may be the most famous work of literature ever, Branagh doesn't let up on anything.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in our philosophy.
The movie runs over 4 hours and includes every single line of dialogue from the play. So yeah, your butt tends to get sore after watching this one, but trust us, it's worth it.
But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Filled with ambitious sets, fantastic acting, and all the gravitas that the play deserves, Hamlet is without a doubt the greatest Shakespearean adaptation and a true cinematic marvel.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
What is your favorite film adaptation of a Shakespeare play? Let us know in the comments below.